Hey, welcome back to episode 4 of Adventures in Vagabonds. Previously, Caulran and David have just acquired what I am calling prophecy shrooms. Let's see what they do in this episode of Adventures in Vagabonds. Peacefully uninterrupted, you find yourselves walking back down the main road of French and straight towards Old Lady Crystal's house, I assume, unless you take a detour.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. No.
All right.
Potato factory time.
Heading back, you see a figure who seems to be digging a large hole right outside of this small cottage. As you guys continue,
Cottage? Is it
Old Lady Crystal's cottage.
Old Ladies?
Yep.
Old Lady Crystal, got it.
But as you walk closer and closer and closer to the door, kind of just ignoring that figure, he's like, stop, can't go in there. Did you guys stop? I don't know if you just ignored the guard and kept on walking or not.
I stopped.
Yeah, I'll stop too.
No, you stop.
Yes.
Can't go in there.
Why?
Because I don't know. I don't know. I mean, probably because there's, a dead person in there. I mean, that's what I'm digging a hole for.
Oh, gosh.
Excuse me?
What?
We need to... Hold on. There's a lady that sent us on an errand. We need to see her.
Yeah, that's the one I'm talking about. This is above. Whatever. If you want to go in there to see a stinking rotten body, then go ahead. I'll be out here digging. And if you guys want to help me dig this hole, feel free. As he continues to shuffle. I don't know. I just heard somebody died. They told me where to dig, and I'm digging. Maybe she's alive. I don't know. I can just assume.
All right. I continue on.
Yeah.
You guys walk into the house. The house is still a wreck as usual. But you guys head through that beaded doorway. As you see, kind of just right where she was, the body of Old Lady Crystal. That old lady who sent you to go get shrooms.
Medicine check.
All right.
I'm going to assist that.
All right. Medicine check
good.
with advantage.
4.
With
Second roll. 14.
With a 14, as far as you can tell,
raises from the dead.
No cuts, no, nothing bludgeoning, nothing, no unnatural cause that you can see.
She died from it. Freaking withdrawal.
Perhaps, maybe there's something that cannot be discerned with a 14 on medicine. But you can discern she is dead.
I'm gonna look for, like, I'm gonna look around look around her, not shop, house. That's what it is.
All right, make an investigation check.
What's cracking? That is disgusting. That's a 5.
With a 5, as far as you can tell, everything is exactly where it was when you guys left. Nothing changed. It's just a total mess. It's hard to find anything specific.
Arcana to see if she died from, like, magical means?
Yeah, sure.
That's a 14 as well.
Doesn't seem to be magic. Just seems to be natural.
She died from withdrawal.
Yeah.
Quite possibly.
Hey, time for us to snort the shrooms.
Do we know if she's
As
dead?
you reach out of your bag holding the mushroom high above your head.
Maybe we should head towards the nudge potato warehouse.
I'm snorting this mushroom first.
The
I
whole
go
thing,
over to
you just
her more.
shove it up your nose.
No, just one mushroom, and I take it to the mortar and pestle.
All right, yeah. Make a perception check. This place is filthy dirty. I need to know that you can actually find it.
Yeah, that's fair.
You're right now just shuffling through things.
That's not very good. That's an 8.
An 8.
I can assist.
Yeah, you can assist. So roll again with advantage.
Thanks. That's much better. That's a 14.
What's those
With a 14,
14s?
you don't actually see anything, but you do hear a voice in your head that goes,
It's right over there.
Thank you. Thank you, Jorg.
as you kind of look around confused because he didn't actually point to anywhere because he's a banjo. So
Thanks for trying to be useful, Jorg, but you don't have hands.
Don't mention it.
What is he looking for again?
I'm
Mortar
looking
and
for
pestle.
mortar and pestle.
Yeah.
And Jorg here
I keep saying
just tried
mortal.
to point with it, even though Jorg tried to point to it, but he doesn't have hands.
Yeah.
Not sure if he's realized that or not, but who knows?
Oh, very well.
as you see Jorg, a mage hand appears as he lifts
Sick.
out
There we go.
a mortar and pestle that was buried underneath some boxes.
Thank you. Finally.
As I said before, don't mention it.
All right. I start grinding up this mushroom.
All right, you put that in. It is
taking like 5 doses.
yeah. How much you gonna snort? That's a big shroom.
I mean, I could just snort as much to the point that I don't die from exhaustion on withdrawal.
Yeah. But you proceed to grind
Just
up
like
this
flat
mushroom
out die.
into what seems to be a glowing powder.
Ooh, maybe that's what that guy was carrying.
How much would I discern one dose to be?
Make a
Want me to-
nature check.
Nature.
That one.
Nature.
That one
Nature.
snorts the
Plus
bowl.
0. Sick. Well, I'm just trusting the dice. 13.
13. You know what? You're probably like, probably best to make sure I get this prophecy. You're thinking about 1/4 of what you grinded up to be safe, but also
All
get a
right.
good amount.
I'm gonna rip that right up my nose.
All right, you do a line, you break out a credit card as you just cut that line solid. As give me the snorting sound effect. Give me that for the podcast. Just like that. Welcome to D&D.
Almost like I've done this before.
But
No,
just with that.
Okay. For clarification, I've snorted many substances. None of them were drugs.
I mean, that's what you got to do
I've
with those.
sniffed salt, Smarty. I've sniffed salt, Smarty powder,
Yep.
drink mix.
why drink mix? No.
Pretzel dust. Pretzel dust. Like
Right.
when I say pretzel dust, I mean I took a pretzel and crushed it up.
You want to get a sinus infection?
Yeah, like why?
All the first 3 burned. The pretzel did not. The pretzel just tickled my nose.
Bruh.
Hey, let's see if this hurts.
The same
Snort.
cannot be said
It's
about
fun.
this shroom.
Buddy.
As it
All
is
right.
almost like a brief, horrific, stinging pain, but is quickly gone away to what can only be described as like a high. Start getting a little woozy, start getting a little relaxed. And after
Ooh, yeah, I'm liking this.
a few moments go by, you see things somewhat begin to speed up. Time begins to seem to go faster and faster. Till eventually, you see Caulran, who is just standing, observing you. Body begins to rot and decompose while standing in front of you within a matter of seconds. The hut
Ooh,
around you, the wood,
here.
everything begins to just disintegrate with rot and decay. Everything almost begins to melt around you as you see the trees surrounding you.
I don't like this.
Caulran is no longer there. As everything melts around you, you see trees and vegetation begin to rot away at an incredible rate. The smell overcomes you, as it is just the smell of death. A black fog begins to roll in. A mist of shadow begins to encompass the ground, making it impossible for you to see your feet. Standing there, with everything around you disintegrated, you see, a little ways out in front of you, what seems to be a tree. Out of everything else that is decomposed.
I thought you were gonna say rally.
No, not rally.
I'm not gonna lie. I thought you were gonna say rally.
No. But you see a tree off in the distance, much more defined than all the other ones. While the other ones have rotted and decomposed, this one just seems to be dead but sturdy. There are no leaves on it, as twisting, winding branches just sprout out from it.
I'm gonna approach that because, like, it's the only living thing around me.
All right. As you begin to approach, well, it doesn't seem to be living, but you get a vibe that it's not dead like everything else is.
Yeah.
As you begin to approach that tree, you get closer and closer till the stench becomes stronger and stronger, the smell of death. You see, as you approach, the mist seems to be pouring out from underneath the tree. It seems to be the source. As you get closer,
I don't like this.
you see a black sap, almost like the tree is bleeding as the sap begins to pour down from its branches.
Oh dear.
As you just stare at this tree, you get
Can I identify what kind of tree this is?
Yeah. Make a nature check.
Nature. All right. Oh, not bad. 16.
16. This is like no tree you've ever seen. It has the build of a sturdy oak, but you get an understanding that this is not a normal tree. This is not one that has been turned into something. This is like a tree of its own kind. And as the longer you stare at it, you get a sickly feeling, almost like a fever, like heat pours over your body. The longer you stare at this thing.
I stick 2 fingers down my throat. I stick 2 fingers down my throat and throw up on it.
All right. Yeah, you proceed to stick fingers down your throat and barf on the basis of the tree.
Constitution saving throw to see if he can do it.
You know what? Yeah, Constitution saving throw.
All right.
Actually, not a saving throw. Just a con check.
Con roll. Constitution. That is. Hey, hold on. What is this? Okay, that's a 7.
A 7.
I was getting mixed up with the 9.
You try to do that.
Yeah, because I have
before
6 plus 1.
You try to do that before having the feeling that you're being watched. Everything around you is dead. Vegetation is dead. You saw Caulran disintegrate with rot and decay in front of you, and yet you feel like you're being watched somewhere behind you.
I turn around, fingers still in mouth.
As you turn, all right, that throws me off. As you're like, as you're kind of just like almost gagging as you turn around. You just see, at this moment, a pair of white, glowing eyes staring at you from the edge of the forest.
I shoved my fingers harder down my throat to barf.
Make another con.
I will.
check.
I will get this stuff out of my system. I will get these drugs out. Oh, that's a lot better. I rolled 18 plus 1 is a 19.
With a 19, you seem to cough up almost like tar. A black substance, a black tarry substance comes pouring out of your mouth.
Joy.
As you don't even really think about the feeling of it, you just look down at it as you're just awestruck. It's sickness of what you have just seen. Looking back up toward the woods, toward the pair of eyes, you see it seems to have almost gotten closer. As you see the outline of a figure almost made of shadow. You see that he is wearing heavy black plate armor. No discernible facial features. Okay. I'm trying to get exposition out, and you're trying to get fluids out. You know what? Make a con save with advantage. Let's just get this out of your system. Let's just get that out. What is it?
My first roll is a nat 20. What's advantage? And that one's a 2. Wow.
All right. With the nat 20, projectile vomit just goes flying out of your mouth towards this figure, pelting him in the face. As he just seems to just shake it off in a comedic way, because there's no way to shake it off without looking like an idiot. In a comedic fashion, he shakes the vomit off of his face. As you kind of get a calming sense now. You're kind of like, okay, now that that's out of my system, all right. I can cope with this. As
all right, I can deal with this now.
you see the figure out in the distance begin to approach. Behind him, he seems to be dragging what seems to be the body of a woman. Not the same one from the cave, you can tell that already. With a sword plunged in her back. A massive greatsword, black, with 9 skulls built around the hilt, with glowing eyes and glowing mouth. He proceeds to drag her closer and closer. As he gets closer, he seems to just pass you by, really just approaching the tree and almost ignoring you. He does make eye contact for a short while, but after you kind of just look away after not almost being able to bear it, the closer he gets, the more sickly feeling that happens. As he drags this woman behind him, you get the feeling that you're not sure how, but you know her. You don't know her name, you're not sure where you know her from or anything about her, but you have this unearthly feeling that there's something familiar.
Like?
You know, like I didn't write this down. You know, green commoner clothes, long black hair. Like a standard medieval, you know, attire. With a massive sword plunged in her back. But as he continues to walk forward, eventually dropping her body, not really at the base of the tree, but a little bit ways behind it, as he just stares up to the tree and speaks, turning his head to you. He seems to be talking to you.
It's beautiful, isn't it?
No. Not really, to be honest.
Of my body.
Ew.
Soon, darkness will plague everything. This will be just the first of many wondrous trees to grow with the forest of this island. But it won't stop there. We will spread. We will fill the world with these. We will encompass the light with darkness.
Buddy, do you realize that deep voice not that impressive? I have one myself. Second of all, who are you again? Mordin. Should I know you, or what's up?
You will. The world.
Can I make a history check on that name?
Yeah, sure. Make a history check.
Or religion? Is that history or religion?
I'd say a history check.
History. Sick. +2. 9, 10, 11.
With 11, does not sound familiar. I mean, you probably heard the name before, one like it, but not within the context of his appearance and what is going on at the moment.
All right.
You will learn my name.
Really drawing a blank on your. No, you go ahead.
Thank you for not interrupting me. Now, allow me to fill in some exposition. You will know my name in time. The world will know what it feels like to be in the dark.
As he proceeds
But
to
what is?
draw the sword out of the back of the woman. As he
what does
seems
that
to be
really gain
approaching
you?
you.
Hey, buddy.
Without speaking, he gets a mere, a foot apart as he begins to, you know what, roll initiative.
Oh gosh.
Just because I don't want to get a free
hey,
swing.
Buddy, if you didn't. Yeah. I say, hey, buddy. While I'm rolling initiative. That's a 16, 17, 18, 19. 19 total.
19, all right.
Yeah, 16 plus 3. Anyway, I say, hey, buddy, back off. There's, if you didn't realize, there's kind of a plague going around, and I don't want to get sick again. I had something else I was gonna say. Oh yeah. Have you invested any money recently? You should.
He looks like he's about to take a swing. You've got the drop. I mean, you've got the initiative right here. What do you do?
Sick. I'm gonna cast. What am I gonna cast? This dude. I'm gonna cast a fat 3rd level thunder wave.
Damn.
All right.
All right. He's got to make a Constitution save.
All right.
What am I getting back?
With ease, he passes it. Does he take half?
Crap. He might. Thunder wave. That's a lot. Decent amount of damage. Yes. Successful save. Takes half damage and is not pushed. So half of 21. You round down, right? So it'd be 10.
A blast of thunderous energy emits from you as the mist on the ground is disturbed, as well as the mist that seems to be pouring out of him as well. As it pushes back the mist, he does not move as he continues to walk forward. It doesn't seem to affect him.
All right.
As you say that, he swings his great sword. This sword with a very interesting display of 9 skulls on the hilt, glowing from the mouths and the eyes.
Going to die.
Does a 25 hit?
Yes.
Oh my.
Before you even finish that, yes.
Yes.
It hits.
All right. With that, the sword is plunged into your chest. As immediately, you awake. With a scream of pain, you take 15 points of psychic damage.
Oh, gosh.
Dang.
As you awaken from the... you were awake, but you weren't really talking while you were on this shroom high, but you see everything is back to where it normally was. Caulran is there in front of you, perfectly fine. The old lady's still dead.
All right. That was... Oh... Mm-hmm. I go and throw up in the corner.
What happened?
Oh, you barf. And disturbingly, half of it is like the black tar substance that kind of just soaks and seeps into the floorboards, almost like acid.
All over the ground. Man. Well, I think I know what happened to that lady. Possibly. Oh, man. So, there's this dude named Mordin. Mordin. Not Orden, where we are from. He stuck an M on there.
He did.
Anyway, he seems to want to be spreading this sickness and darkness all over the land, and he is intent on killing me and everything. If this lady right here, I point to Miss Old High.
You point to the corpse of the old lady just in the corner.
Mrs. Old Stoner.
Mrs. Old Stoner. That was her name.
Yeah.
Might as well be. Anyway, I point to Mrs. Old Stoner and I say, this lady experienced anything like I did. She probably did, seeing as how crazy she acted, meaning she probably snorted even more than I did. That guy, he's probably the one that killed her, because he darn near killed me.
I thought she was out of shrooms.
Yeah, well, I don't know, man. Maybe residual high. I don't know. Something happened.
A delayed high.
I have a delay. Hey, I've heard stranger things. Anyway, something killed her. That is a very plausible explanation, because he darn near killed me. And he stuck a sword in my chest. Probably what that black ooze that came out of my barf was. I'm a hardy fellow, but I don't think she is as much. So pretty sure that would have killed her.
Caulran is visibly disturbed by all this.
Hey, Caulran, you want to take a shroom? It might be
Caulran,
nice.
I recommend you do not.
I'll take 5 of them now.
Do not rip. Do not rip a line of these rooms.
Even though you got like 40 of them.
I don't know how they affect us when eaten, but I assume it's not great.
Yeah. Okay, then.
Also, using it looked like time at the beginning. Looks like time sped up around me, and everyone and everything died, crumbled to ash. You too, right in front of my eyes, just rotted into dust. That was weird. Didn't like it.
That sounds quite weird.
Hey, David. You want to make me a insanity check? A madness
Sure.
check?
What do I roll for that?
Go ahead and roll me a we'll call it wisdom. Go ahead and give me a wisdom save.
Bad thing for me. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no.
Oh no?
I rolled a 2 and I have a -1.
Ah! Oh no.
I don't think I can assist.
No, can't assist that. Long story short, you gonna need therapy. The more you ponder on this, the more you ponder on what just happened, words evade you as you lose the ability to speak. You were just so shaken.
Telepathic link, boy.
Oh, would that work?
I don't see why. Well, is it thoughts or like audible words?
You can certainly try.
I mean, it was open for 2 hours earlier, so it doesn't hurt to try again. Let's go with this. For 6 hours, that is the best roll, so my die goes up. I believe. I'm gonna try to like communicate with him in any way telepathically.
All right. You try to open up a link of telepathic communication, but it is just a blur of you hearing what he is saying within his head. Doesn't seem to be in control of it, of just pacing back what just happened. Fears being realized and wondering what the world that woman was. Just screaming, just a constant and constantly within David's mind.
Can I roll an Arcana to see if lesser restoration would help at all?
Yeah.
I begin drooling.
I rolled a
You
nat
drew from the
one.
mountains. A nat one. You are very much assured that lesser restoration probably not going to do anything, but immolation would definitely work. You are so focused. You are so focused on the idea that immolation will instantly snap him out of it. You don't even like think about it, but you've already flipped the cap of Zippo's flame already open. It's already open and it's in your hand. As you look down at it and then you look back at David, I need you to make a wisdom saving throw. I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh my gosh.
You are right now trying to convince yourself not to do it. You are
Wisdom saving throw. Okay.
Yep.
Come on. Roll. $13.
13 as you look back at the lighter. And as you look back at David. And with a flick of the thumb, David, will you make what is it?
So I guess I cast immolation.
Immolation is cast from the lighter as you flick your thumb.
Enjoy.
As I need David to make whatever saving throw is required for immolation.
Okay. Just roll. Don't ask what the save is. Roll dexterity. And if you
Fortunately, my dex is fairly high.
Okay, if you make this, you probably will survive. There's a good chance you'll survive. I don't know what you're at.
That's pretty all right.
What is that?
That's a 14 plus 5.
Ooh,
So
that makes
19.
it. That makes it.
19. So I assume he takes half.
Yes, he takes half of 8d6. So should I do 8d6 and divide it by 2 or just 4d6?
8d6 divided by 2.
That's d8. Oops. 8d6. Roll low, please, like I rolled earlier. That does not look low. Okay, that is 36.
Oh,
so that's
no.
18 damage.
David has 1 hit point.
Oh, God.
You have 1
That
hit
could have been a lot
point.
worse.
And it doesn't continuously set on fire?
No, not if he makes the save.
All right. You strike him right up with immolation as he finally speaks in the form of screams as he begins barreling around on fire. Pain overcomes his madness. And as the short while,
actually scream.
Yeah.
I can't legitimately scream.
But after the short while of being on fire, you do snap out of it and you can speak again.
Oh
You
my
have to
gosh!
roll for
You
Zippo's
just had to cook me, didn't you? I mean, it
I
worked.
thought it would help. I thought it would help.
Not complaining in
What
that
is it,
it
Caleb?
worked.
As for the possibility of the Zippo's flame backfiring on you, it does not. But it does have all the charges removed. Yep. And it regains 1d4 plus 6 expended charges daily at dawn.
Which is pretty good.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
At least 1 immolation.
I'm
per day.
still chewing
At
you out.
least.
My guy feels
Like, you
Caulran feels
really decided to
terrible.
fry me. All right.
Caulran feels terrible.
for
For,
that.
some reason, he thought he could just burn this evil black tar out of him.
It got it out.
To be fair,
but,
it worked. It did work.
Could have just hit me over
I
the
mean,
head.
it worked.
Could have just
Yeah,
hit me over the head.
I had to burn it out.
As you guys are saying this, a figure walks into the room. As you see, John Steele, the guard from earlier. Not the one digging the hole, but, John Steele. That guy. Good old John Steele. As he walks in, he's like, I saw that you guys re-entered the town. You're not supposed to be in here. What happened to you? As he kind of looks over at David.
Well, seeing as she was dead and wasn't able to do anything prophecy-ish for us, I decided to take upon myself to snort one of those shrooms. Didn't go very well. I saw a lot of things. And
that explains the glowing mustache, but what happened to the rest of you?
That's a long story. Anyway, all right. Sum up, long story short, I saw a vision, it drove me insane, and this genius here decided, it's gonna work to cure his madness. I'm gonna cook him with fire.
I had to burn it out. It worked.
Fire magic.
It worked.
And I'm not gonna lie, it did work. I can speak
exactly.
Again. But he could have hit, I'm still certain he could have just hit me over the head. But you know what? I'm alive.
I saved his life.
That's what matters.
Yes, I saved his life.
Yeah.
I am thoroughly convinced I saved his life.
Matters.
Oh, yeah. By also almost ending it.
Dude, if you rolled a 1 for the sunbeam, is it?
Yeah.
Sunburst? We would all be dead.
That would have done some damage.
We would all be dead flat out. There's like no way both of us would have survived it, let alone one of us.
Yeah. But as you finish that story telling to John Steele, kind of looks at you with a confused face like, so, you saw
I'll tell
it?
you about the vision later.
Oh, you would certainly. I mean, we need to tell the noble. We need to tell Sir Tharival. Tharival. I'm going with it. We need to tell Sir Tharival at once. I mean, we thought, all these visions would have stopped with, as he points over at the corpse. But if you actually did see something, I mean, the vision so far came true. So.
Only with the help of those shrooms, and I'm gonna be honest, I'm gonna keep it real with you, Chief. I'm not doing that again.
I'm gonna keep it 100 with you, Chief. One time thing.
I'm gonna keep it 100 with you, Chief. I ain't doing that again. That darn near killed me.
Oh yes, but okay. Regardless, we need to tell the noble, and we need to get this story straight because, well, her prophecy came true, so. Maybe yours can warn us about what is to come.
Oh, joy. Hey, question. Do you know a name of Mordin?
Mordin?
Yeah. Might be able to help me.
Doesn't ring any bells.
All right. Well, we need to find somebody who does.
Yeah, this sounds pretty urgent.
But we should tell the Sir Tharival immediately. As he begins walking outside of this small cottage.
I follow him.
All right. As you immediately
I'll follow him.
Begin making your way.
Wait. I put the remaining powdered shroom into some container.
It was already in the mortar and pestle, so you could just leave that.
No, I don't want to leave that for somebody to snort. Nobody deserves that.
All right.
I'm gonna find like a covering for the mortar and pestle and then stick it in my bag.
All right. Yeah, you find a plastic lid as you just pop it right on.
Yes, plastic. Plastic exists now.
No. There isn't really, a Ziploc bag around. There isn't really a thing to securely put it in your bag. Actually, make a perception check. Make a perception check.
Gotta love those modern conveniences not being in D&D. That's a 4.
A 4. You see it. You find a cheese grater. And you're like, yeah, this will work.
Yep.
I tried to find just piece
You
of
tried.
cloth.
And you did try, and you got a 4.
Not even a piece of cloth.
Nope. The cheese
right.
grater looks like the best type of container. It's sturdy. I mean, it's got holes in it, but who cares about holes?
Am I dumb enough to use this cheese grater?
I'm dumb enough to light you on fire, thinking it'll help.
Yeah.
So
that was a 1.
yeah.
I'll put it on the thing and stick it in my bag. Yeah.
All right, yeah.
It's gonna
You
spill all
proceed
over my
to
bag. Oh well.
pour the powder in the cheese grater, and sure enough, it doesn't have a lid, but the powder does seem to be thick enough to where it clumps up to where it doesn't go outside the holes. It actually
weird.
seems to work.
That's weird.
That
I don't like that.
But with that,
I don't like that.
you put it in your bag as you guys walk outside of this small hut. As you continue down, you see a couple of guards dragging the body of the old woman and tossing it into the hole. You see other townspeople continuing to work, but taking their time to look up and see this giant and this hooded figure walking with this guard over toward. I'm not a giant, as you just shout that out. But as you guys begin to make your way,
You're all racist, but I'm not a giant.
as you guys begin to make your way over to Sir Tharaval's house.
Gotta have racism, sexism, and drugs in every episode, man.
Yeah.
And that's what D&D is all about.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching. This one was pretty fun to record. If you got any questions, send them to us on, honestly, probably Instagram, because
I think Twitter works
where
best.
Caleb's going to check the most. Or Twitter. Never mind. Send them to Caleb on Twitter.
Or both.
I don't have a Twitter. Or both. Hey, who knows? I'm on Instagram. He's on Instagram. He's on Twitter and Instagram. I'm not. I'm just on Instagram. Anyway, you can follow us at Ven and Vagabonds on Twitter, and on Instagram, Ventures and Vagabonds. And finally, probably should have mentioned this beforehand, on YouTube, Ventures and Vagabonds, as that's our primary upload space. We will, in the near future, be uploading on Spotify, as well as, well, I don't know how near in the future Patreon is. That might be a while in the future. So, who knows? There might be extra goodies from before we started this podcast. I don't know. Hey man, it's not. I wasn't the one recording. Shush, Caleb. Shush. Shush.
Can I-
It'll be in the description.
Nothing happened.
Can I laugh as well?
You can
No,
laugh.
no.
Everybody laugh.
No. It's in chaos. All right, get shush, y'all. Trying to record something
You
here.
feel underappreciated.
All right, shut up. No, you're fine. Anyway, thank y'all so much for watching. Thank you so much for watching.
Perfect.
Edit that out, please.
No, it's staying in.
We'll see you next time.
And this.
We'll see you next time. We'll see
Bye.
you next time. Goodbye.